Right lads, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe and do all those good things for me please. So in today's video, we need to talk Scottish football. So what's happened since the last seen you lads? Well, basically, TikTok's getting banned in the US. The Premier League finished, Liverpool won the league, obviously, and Burnley fans are oh wait, that was covered in my last video. If you haven't watched that, make sure to like it. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Premier League football, we're here to talk about the Scottish Premiership. As it is higher standard it's ever been, two clubs in Scotland having two of the biggest strikers wanted in Europe, Odsonne Edouard and big man Alfredo Morelos, linked away with a move to another club in France. Will he leave Rangers? Personally, I don't think he will, but speculation running around him. I just want to say about him, he was a brilliant player. Didn't score against Celtic, but the amount of goals he's produced into that club, what he's done and the profit they've made on him is more than enough. All the fans should be thanking him, which they have done, and yeah. So I want to talk about Scottish football though, see my predictions and stuff, and just see where is the Scottish game at its highest ever point. Probably not. But both clubs headed into Europe next season, or this season actually, and next season then being able to gain 2 Champions League spots. Now that is quite fantastic for clubs the size of Celtic and Rangers should both be in the Champions League. For example, they're probably as big as, let's say, Wolves. They're bigger than Wolves probably. So it's good to have them back on the top European stages and fighting it out. It's good to have Rangers back, and I'm saying a Celtic 10 in a row. I don't think Rangers have the bottle. I think Steven Gerrard is a good manager but lacks bottle. So I personally think I'm saying Rangers will stumble about December again, and yeah, Celtic will go ahead, win the title. 10 in a row. Steven Gerrard will be sacked by the end of the season is one of my predictions as well. Personally, I think he's not good enough for a club like Rangers. Yes, he might be a big name. Yes, he might bring in good players. But is he a proven manager? No, he's not. He should at least be playing at another club before Rangers. I think Rangers are too big for your first club. People say, oh, it's Scottish football, all that. But Rangers are a massive club, is what you need to understand. And the fact that Steven Gerrard's first job is walked into Rangers and essentially not won them a trophy yet is very shocking. I think we should be looking at Steven Gerrard and questioning him on what he has actually achieved at Rangers. Yes, if he wins a Scottish Cup or a Betfred Cup, that may be brilliant for him. But on the grand scheme of things, he has not won Rangers a league, and that is what has been needed from him since he's arrived. He's had to win the league with Rangers, and he's not done that yet. But he's been given freedom in this transfer window to do what he needs to do. So, Steven, if you're watching this, you must win Rangers the league this season. I know he's not watching, but still. If you are watching, you need to, and I mean need to, get your shit together, because I want Rangers to win the league. I personally do, but I just can't see it happening. But if Rangers, Leon Balogun looks like a terrific player as well, but I think the lack of experience from Steven Gerrard in recent years anyway has cost Rangers the title. Now maybe now he's improved and it's his 3rd season at the club, so maybe now is his time to shine. If he doesn't shine now though, I don't think he's the right man for the club, and I think he should be sacked evidently. If he's, let's say, 7 points behind in December for example, he should be sacked. I don't think that's good enough for him to be 7 points behind Celtic when the two teams are relatively on the same standard. If you look at the teams across the board, Alan McGregor probably the best goalkeeper. I'll make a combined 11 now for you then. Best goalie, Alan McGregor. Best right back, Tavernier. 2 centre backs, I think the 2 best centre backs right now, although I think Balogun's good, I still think Ajer and Jullien are probably the best right now, but I haven't seen enough of Balogun to maybe put him in this lineup. But maybe, if I was to make this video 6 months down the line, maybe he would be in it though. But then now, it's got to be Jullien and Ajer. Now, number 2 in left back, I'm going to go for Borna Barisic. I'm playing a 4-3-3, actually no, I'll play a 4-4-2, that's probably the best. But I'm going to go for left back, Borna Barisic. Now, right midfielder, I have evidently chose to go for Hagi here. I personally think Hagi is one of the best attacking midfielders, and also I'm creating it as like a midfield players in the midfield, so it doesn't matter where they're from really, just any midfielder. So I'm going to go for Hagi in one of the midfielders. Aribo, I think they're two of the best players in Rangers right now. Also, and then I'd have Christie, and I'd probably also have in the midfield, I wouldn't have Kent. I don't think he's got that something that you need to be a top club. But I think my other player would probably be Callum McGregor. Controversial, but that's who I'd choose. And obviously, two strikers are obviously going to be Edouard and Morelos. Now, talking about Edouard and Morelos now, Edouard has obviously been the better player in recent years, but Morelos is leaving, so that leaves no competition for Edouard. We will see how good these signings are for Rangers. De Roof and I can't remember the other guy's name, it doesn't matter. Anyway, what I'm saying is I do not think these players are very efficient for Rangers. Personally, it's hard to replace someone like Morelos, an out and out goal scorer. Now, you can look at these players that he signed and see their stats. Now, this, I'm not sure about the Roof. I don't think he's going to be as good as the other guy. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry about that. But I personally think this other guy could be as good or better than Morelos. Now, this could be a great signing for Rangers, but at the same time, it could flop. Now, keeping Morelos at the club this season was probably my #1 priority, but it looks like he's out the door now. So Rangers aren't looking the best in the striker department. Defoe injured as well. But you never know. Actually, scrap my defence actually. Personally, I don't think Julian should be in it. I've just forgot about this guy. Personally, I think it should be Ajer. So this is just, I'll go through the team again quickly. McGregor, Tavernier, Hallander, Ajer, Borna Barisic, Hagi, Aribo, McGregor and Christie, and Morelos and Edouard. So yeah. Now, we've touched on Old Firm a bit, and we've spoken about them. Now, I'm going to look at lower league stuff now, like Hamilton v St Mirren. Hamilton and St Mirren, they're most likely going to be the teams that go down this season. Now, personally, I think it will be St Mirren. Hamilton just have this knack of staying up, but they will be in the playoffs again this season. Luckily for them, they didn't need to play it last season because of whatever happened and Hearts went down. But we'll leave that for another video. But looking at the clubs now, I personally think St Mirren actually did have a very good game against Livingston though. I personally think 12 Hamilton now and St Mirren to come 11th probably. Leave your predictions down below. I'm going to run through predictions quickly, just for the league. So 12, I'm going to go for Hamilton. 11th, St Mirren. 10th, probably going to go for St Johnstone. 9th, Ross County. 8th, Dundee United. 7th, Kilmarnock. Hibs, 6th. 5th, Livingston. 4th, Motherwell. Aberdeen 3rd. Rangers 2nd and Celtic 1st. But yet again, Celtic could bottle it. If an injury goes to Edouard, they've got Klimala, who I actually rate very highly, or we have got Lee Griffiths, who is apparently unfit at the moment and out of favour with Neil Lennon. Now, they are looking at signing another striker, Celtic, Ivan Toney, but looking at them now, I personally don't think they need another striker. I think Klimala is one of the best strikers in the league. I'd put him on the same level, well, just below Defoe's level. So I'm going to get on to some weekend predictions for the games and talk a bit about the Championship. Now on to weekend predictions. I'm going to go for first game. Now we've only got 5 games as the Aberdeen game has been postponed because of COVID spreading around the Aberdeen area. Hopefully I don't get demonetised for that. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because, well, monetisation doesn't happen on this channel because we've not got enough subscribers. That's why you need to subscribe. Anyway, moving on. So, some predictions for the weekend's games. First of all, I'm going to start off with Motherwell versus Dundee United. Dundee United coming off a win and Motherwell coming off a loss. I am going to go for a 1-0 Motherwell win though. I'm going to go with Tony Watt to score in that game. So, well, it swings some roundabouts, so we'll see what happens. Now, I'm going to go for my next prediction, which is Livingston v Hibs. I'm going 2-1 Livingston. I personally think the plastic pitch will be too much for Hibs, and Livingston will come out 2-1 winners with a Lyndon Dykes double, and Martin Boyle getting another goal for Hibs, who's played very well since the season has started. What am I going on about project restart? That was the Premier League. I'm going on to Hamilton Ross County now. Now, I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Ross County. Personally, I don't think Hamilton are going to win this game. I think Ross County played very well against Motherwell, and I can see them winning this game very easy. Reed played very well, who's in my fantasy team. Thank you, mate. You're a blessing in disguise. I really love you. Now, moving on to the Old Firm games. Rangers play St Mirren. I'm going to go for a nice 4-0 win for Rangers, coming off a loss against Leverkusen, and I think it'll be an easy 4-0 win for Rangers. A few goals from the new signings, hopefully. And finishing off now with this Come On It's Celtic game. I'm going 2-1 Celtic. It is at Rugby Park, so a wee bit difficult for them, but with there being no crowd, not as much of a hostile atmosphere, I'm saying 2-1 to Celtic. Now, moving on to talk about this championship for another minute. Personally, restart in October, Hearts, a few players leaving, such as Sean Clare's leaving, and Hickey rumoured to be going, and also Connor Washington rumoured to be leaving. Now, the club seems to be getting swept of some players that Robbie Neilson does not want, and I think that's a good thing for the club, really, because I feel like they want to get rid of some deadwood. Maybe players that don't want to necessarily be at the club, or people that are on too high wages. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. If you are new here, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and if you have enjoyed, I thank you for that, and I will see you in the next one.